Hello, hello, hello. Back once again, it is me, Michael Smith from Our Lady of Lourdes in Gibson City, Illinois, with another excerpt from the amazing book, The Ultimate Catholic Quiz, 100 Questions Most Catholics Can't Answer by Karl Keating. I highly recommend picking up the book. And today we're going to cover a question that is a bit of a hot button issue for a lot of people, with question number 16. Women someday will be ordained as priests, A, because in the ancient church there were women priests, B, because in the ancient church there were women deacons, C, most likely after the next ecumenical council, D, in fact they won't be ordained, or E, none of the above. If you said A, there were no women priests in the ancient church, or at any other time in the church's history. If you said B, yes, there were deaconesses in the early church, but they were not ordained and were not female equivalents of male deacons. They were something like today's nuns, generally older women, often widows, who were deputized to perform charitable tasks, such as looking after the poor and the ill. If you said C, wishful thinking and poor theology. An ecumenical council can teach infallibly matters of faith or morals, but it can't undo what already has been taught infallibly, whether by another ecumenical council, by a pope, or by the universal teaching of the church. In his 1994 apostolic letter, Ordinatio Sacerdotalius, priestly ordination, John Paul II reiterated the Church's perennial teaching that the ministerial priesthood is reserved to males only. He said, "We declare that the Church has no authority whatsoever to confer priestly ordination on women, and that this judgment is to definitely be held by all the Church's faithful." Although Ordinatio Sacerdotalius was not itself an exercise in the extraordinary papal magisterium, its contents are infallible by virtue of always having been taught by the ordinary magisterium of the Church. This was confirmed in 1998 in a document from the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, then headed by Joseph Cardinal Ratzinger, the future Benedict XVI, who wrote that the teaching already had been set forth infallibly by the ordinary and universal magisterium, even before the issuance of Ordinatio Sacerdotalius. And I apologize for butchering that. If you said D, true. Women will never be ordained. The issue really is closed, no matter how much some people insist on talking about it. If you said E, the correct answer is D. Well, there you have it. Another question from the Ultimate Catholic Quiz, 100 Questions Most Catholics Can't Answer by Karl Keating. I know this question is a bit of a hot button topic, and I'm sure the answer that was found in this book probably isn't very pleasing for some people. It looks like women will never be deacons or priests, and I've struggled with that. It just doesn't seem fair. But a lot of things in life aren't fair, as my mom taught me back when I was 5 years old. But that's the way they are, and it is for a reason. And God's ways are not our ways, and it's always hard to understand God's ways. So what do? Well, from the first pastor, actually, from my grandmother back when I was 3 years old, she would teach me to pray about it, and to move forward, and to be thankful, and to love. That's all I've got for today. Remember, God loves you. I love you, and have a blessed day.